Hello students! Today we will be making a brain model out of pewter. To do this, we will need a photograph of the model, which is our brain, to sketch. Instead of printing one, I decided to draw one. Here we have two sketches. As you can see, the one is a little bit better than the other. So if you are drawing it, you may need to do 1 or 2 takes. We then cut our aluminium foil, which is called a shim, and lay it down on a soft surface, such as a placemat or a felt mat. Next, you place your sketch drawing on top of your aluminium foil and you start tracing it over with a special tool called a scriber. As you can see, we have already made an indent in the metal sheet. So after we traced the brain, we turn it around and now we'll start bulging out the back. So this process is called embossing. We use a felt pen to flatten the surrounding areas of the brain so that the brain stands out more. During this process, we start bulging out the brain and creating a 3D volume-like appearance. We then make use of a filler to apply at the back of the brain. We make use of the filler at the back of the brain to keep our wanted appearance and form. Otherwise, it would just dent in again. I placed my brain outside to dry. Unfortunately, it was quite a gloomy day and there was not a lot of sunshine, so it took quite a while to dry properly. You then need a wooden plank or any hard surface that you would like to stick your brain on so that it stays stable. I chose a wooden plank, for example. You can leave your brain model as is, but I decided to add a little bit more color to it and started to paint. You'll be required to use a thin paintbrush because you want to stay in the lines. After painting my brain model, I decided that I wanted to change the background as well. So I took a permanent marker and outlined my brain. And voila! There you have it, your pewtered brain model. 3 aspects I learned during this creative process. 1. I was able to create a physical brain using pewter. I never thought this was possible. 2. How intricate the brain is with all its grooves and the detail that goes into it. There is way more detail than the brain that I thought originally. Number 3. Planning ahead is important as the drying time took longer than expected. As I said before, I did this on a gloomy day and there was no sunshine, so it took a bit longer than I thought. 2 questions relating to the brain or the brain functioning. 1. How the brain communicates, receiving and sending impulses. This has always boggled my brain, how our brain and body communicate with each other. 2. Why do we dream while sleeping? This is also quite interesting because sometimes we don't dream and sometimes we can remember it. What is the purpose of dreaming? One aspect I found interesting that I have tried in terms of training my own brain is doing more things with my non-dominant hand, such as picking up things and holding them, as well as brushing my teeth. This is really a struggle. I do recommend you give it a try. That could potentially lead to a stronger connection between my neurons and brain's hemispheres. I am trying to make use of my left and right brain. Here we have labelled our brain model. First we get our frontal lobe, then our parietal lobe, occipital lobe, the cerebellum, the brainstem, which leads to the spinal cord, and then our temporal lobe.